Had you ever noticed the photograph taken recently of a person just before they die, or maybe a week or two, or the moments leading up to their death? You notice that when you look at those photographs, you can see a sense of fear that is in this person's face. The conscious fear. You get the impression that they have been traveling to places in the spirit, whether in their sleep or in some form of the spirit form, because you doesn't have to be asleep to travel in the spirit form. Neither do you have to give any account for the time that you would travel in a spirit form, however long that may take, or it may seem that may take to accomplish what is accomplished there. The people you have met there, and sometimes reappear back in this life. You know you have met them before. There seems to be no account for the time as to when did you meet this person, or under what circumstance did you meet this person, and in what lifetime. The thing with the spirit world is that you don't have to give account for time, for the time that it takes to travel into the spirit world and to do things there and to meet things with you. You could spend eternity in the spirit world and don't have to account for this in this life. So then it would not even make sense for anybody to ask you, when did you travel to this place? Or what did you say? Or at what point in your life? Or to say, okay, you was there, you lived 100 years in the spirit, or 150 years in the spirit, doing all these things. How do you account for that time? Because all of that time in the spirit world doesn't have to be accounted for. And it just took me back now to continue on the subject matter that I started off on. I asked the question, have you ever seen the face of a man in terms of the pictures that he take weeks before he died or leading up to his death? You can look at those pictures and you can see this fear in this man's face. It's like he's terrified. His spirit has been traveling to some kind of world, some kind of existence where he's terrified there. And when he comes out of the spirit world, he cannot seem to remember where he's been or what he's seen there. So his physical sense does not seem to grab with that, but behind that there is a consciousness. There is something in this man that knows that he had been through some place and he had been it's a reality that the physical body doesn't seems to know or even understand. But the spirit body, the body of the man, the soul of the man knows about this. And this is what brings fear to him. This is what brings that fearful look on his face. That is why he's so terrified. Even though he himself couldn't tell you why he's so terrified. Or doesn't even know that he's terrified. But somewhere deep within, there is a body over the body. There is a spiritual body. There's a sense over the sense. There's a spirit over the body that knows these things. The man dies and he ended up in a very lonely place. A place where he seems to be all by himself there. So then if he was to have riches or the earthly things there, it would not even matter to him there. Because there's no one to share it with. There's no one to interact with. It is a completely lonely place, lonely entity where the man is by himself. And part of the punishment, part of what makes this place so repugnant is the fact that you're there all alone.